How's it going, guys? So we got 13 new skins this week, and yes, this video is quite late, so I just kind of wanted to explain myself. I'll put a more detailed video out, but I've been incredibly sick. I've been in the emergency room twice, and I'm still not better, but, well, I'm a little bit better, but I'm still not well, I should say. But I'm still trying to get this video out to you guys because it's important that you have a chance to take a look at what the new skins are, etc. So there's 13 new skins this week. Let's go ahead and dive straight into looking at them. So first off here, we've got the Danger Box from Little Ranger, and it's taking forever here to load in for some reason. Come on, you can do it. There it is. Now, this box has gotten some criticism. One, a lot of people are saying, oh, it kind of looks like a Confederate flag. Well, except for colors and stuff, I mean, that's not even an... guys, come on. It doesn't. And then other people are saying that these electrical symbols are Nazi or neo-Nazi bolts. They're not. First of all, it's 2 bolts for the SS. And I mean, I'm not going to really even go into much detail to justify it. You know, there's wings and a skull and electrical bolts, and just some people are really criticizing it. And yeah, I think it's a little bit unfortunate kind of like mix up there where there's some similarities, but guys, come on. Do you think Face Punch really would have accepted something if that was the case? It's not. Stop, you know, giving a hard time about it. You know, I've seen a few posts on Reddit and some comments just from other, you know, outlets and stuff. And it's actually a really cool looking box, guys. So, you know, give Ranger a break here and just stop trying to make everything have to be some kind of controversy. It really doesn't have to be. Next up, we've got the Punk Bucket Helmet version 2 by Relic. And I don't really know if it's all that punky. It's got kind of like a star little shape around the face. And then it's got some like chains on it and stuff. I don't know if I'd really call it a punk kind of look, but it's a cool little helmet. It's a little bit of a shame that the bucket helmet's kind of so greatly outperformed by the coffee can, because there's some really cool skins out there like this one. But yeah, this is a neat little skin. It's minimal. It fits into the Rust world. It's not crazy colored or anything, and I think Relic did a pretty decent job. Next up, we've got the STONECRAFT Pickaxe and Hatchet. So we're starting here with the pickaxe, and it's from Stab Studios. Stab has now changed their name to Stab Studios. I don't know if you guys know, I think I've mentioned this a few times, Stab isn't one person. It's actually a studio of several people. Stab, I'm sorry if I got this wrong, I believe they're all Vietnamese. So I think they're all from Vietnam, if I remember correctly. And yeah, there's a studio of people that work together and make these skins. So you guys keep thinking that it's one person, where actually it's a group of people that are helping Face Punch look up the skins. That aside, I think hopefully this new name should kind of, you know, fix that out and make it a little more obvious to people. But anyways, I feel these are a little bit plain, especially from their usual quality of detailed stuff. But they're pretty nice looking as well. So if you're kind of looking for just like a basic leathered tool that looks a little different from the in-game stick pretty much, you know, this is a pretty realistic, rusty looking skin. Now the hatchet, on the other hand, is actually way cooler in my opinion, because it's got like an eye and a face on it, kind of. This thing's pretty cool looking. We'll go ahead and pull it out. I forgot to do that with the pickaxe, so we'll do that shortly here in a second. But yeah, as you can see, it's got a little design on the top. Could be an anarchy symbol. I'm not 100% sure what that is. It's got some, it looks like it used to be like a biohazard symbol printed onto the, right below the hand there. And yeah, it's kind of got like a face going on, which is kind of neat. We'll go ahead and bring this guy back up so you can see it in hand as well. So this one's definitely not as detailed as the hatchet, but yeah, that's both of them for this week. Next up, we have the Survivor's LR300, which goes along with the Survivor SMG that came out not too long ago. It's the same kind of style. It's got all sweet little graffiti written all over it. And it's definitely something I feel like you would see in a post-apocalyptic world where people kind of just draw on their gun while they're bored. And it does have kind of a more brightish coloring to it that you think you kind of see in Counter-Strike. But at the same time, I feel like it's still enough of a Rust feeling to where it doesn't, you know, stand out from Rust itself. And I think it's pretty good. I like it. It has that quirkiness, I think, is what keeps it grounded to Rust. Next up, we have a new sheet metal door from Mishka, and it's the AZTEC door, and this door is beautiful. It is really cool looking. It's awesome. It's got that, like, ancient Aztec ruins vibe down perfectly. You know, it's got some moss growing on it and everything. My only qualm is it just doesn't fit the game at all. There's nothing else in the game that looks anything like it. So it doesn't really match wood, it doesn't match stone, it doesn't match sheet metal, like far from matching sheet metal, and it doesn't look good on armored. So, I mean, it's a cool skin, but there's nothing temple-y in the game at all. So that's kind of the downside to it. Like, I love unique items, but, I mean, what's its purpose? And why would someone in a temperate region make an Aztec door? It's a little bit weird. So, I don't know. Sound off how you guys feel about, like, these things that are cool, and they're rusty and beaten up, but they don't really fit the theme of the apocalypse kind of game that we have going on. Next up, we've got the Dark Flames SMG. Now, this has gotten a lot of criticism on Reddit. Why do we have all these stupid kids Nerf guns kind of thing? And, okay, first of all, I have to give credit to Vase. This thing looks like this gun has seen a lot of hell. It's been beaten up and everything, and I'll be honest with you guys, if it was the apocalypse and I was bored and I wanted to stand out and maybe even, like, strike fear into people's hearts, you know, the guy with the flaming SMG or something, I would do this. I love hot rods. I would build a crazy Mad Max hot rod, and I would have my hot rod painted guns to go alongside with it. So for all you saying it doesn't fit into apocalyptic kind of game, it honestly does. And I'm just a bit of a sucker for that hot rod look. But yeah, I think it's well done. It's beat up, and it doesn't have that Counter-Strike perfectness to it. Where, you know, there's all these things. Look, it looks like it's been painted multiple times. There's still rust coming through. Like, you can tell, you know, it was hand-painted, and this is somebody's love. This is their masterpiece gun. This gun has been through a lot of stuff with them. And that's why I like these kind of skins. Even though they're brighter, you have to kind of look at it a little bit more than just, oh, it's bright. That's my opinion, at least. And oops, we almost forgot to show it in hand. So you can see there's a nice little flame on the back. Aim down the sights, and a lot of people are like, oh, it glows. It doesn't glow, guys. It doesn't have a glow sight, okay? So, you know, stop trying to hate on it. This is actually a really cool skin. Next up, we've got the Strengthened Face Mask from Neville, and this mask has been in the game, like, 3 other times at least. It's got that Dr. Doom metal face mask look, and this is why I think there needs to be more people picking the types of skins than just Stab and Hulk. Because with 2 people, it kind of gets, I don't know, you forget Hulk is such a busy dude, so when he's picking the end ones, you know, Stab Studios is just kind of they're throwing this, here's what you should pick, and Hulk just kind of rushes through what looks cool sometimes, I feel like. And I think he just forgets that there's, like, already 5 of these masks, you know, and I'm exaggerating a little bit. I think there's 2 or 3 that look this way, and of course, they're all different from each other, but they're similar enough to where it's like, did we need this mask? Couldn't we have put in, like, a Roman Legionnaire or something that people, like, have wanted for a while? Or the Reptile Mask, which is, like, a one-time super unique looking thing, you know? And it's, I don't know, it's getting a little bit old with these just kind of Dr. Doomish Iron Maiden masks, and you know, I hope this is the last one we see for a while. Neville, no offense, you did a really good job on it. It's just, we already have so many like it. Next up, we've got the Fishing is Forbidden by Freddy, and this thing is another sweet graffiti painted looking gun. I know there's a lot of people that hate these, but I love them. I think they're great. It goes back to my further argument from earlier of saying that people would customize their guns, and you know, you'd be known as the Piranha Dude or whatever. And Freddy's done a great job on this. I love the aiming down the sights. You got this fishing hook right in your face, and it's a neat gun. I like it. You know, he did a great job, and I can't wait to see these in game. Next up, we've got the Nightmare SAR from BFS, and it pretty much lives to its name. Nightmare for sure. This is creepy. I don't like it. I don't like it as in it creeps me out. Not it's not cool, because this thing is really cool looking. It creeps me out. I'm not the biggest fan of clowns, and yeah, this is just a little bit freaky. But BFS did a great job with it. I like that you got some of the stripes still here. You can't really see a whole lot else of the pattern when you're zoomed in, But once you got it in your hands here, it looks like you're just kind of holding like half a clown's face. And it's like merging into your hand. And I don't know. It's creepy. BFS, you did a great job at making a really creepy SAR. Next up, we've got the KHALIFA sap from Alma. And I don't know what to say about this one. It almost looks like it's made out of wood and was painted like 13 times with really old paint. I've restored antiques in the past. My family does carpentry stuff, so that's where that kind of came in. And this just looks like an old picture frame around a fancy picture, and it's just been touched up so many times that it just kind of looks like shit now. And yeah, that's what this looks like. Like, this gun doesn't look like it's made out of metal to me. It honestly looks like it's a fake play toy. I'm really sorry, but this one is probably the worst skin this week, in my opinion. It just, I don't know, there's just, the texturing is just really weird. The color scheme is cool. I like the look. I like the pattern. I just don't like the texture. Like I said, it looks like over-painted wood. It does not look like a gun that would even function. And if a gun was painted this much, like especially in the trigger area here and stuff, I feel like the moving parts would get like stuck a lot. It's just, yeah, I don't know. I think it was maybe trying to do like a really worn look, and instead it just came off really sloppy. So, sorry to kind of bash on this a little bit. I'm not, trying to put you down. I'm just giving my constructive criticism. Maybe changing up the texture on it would make it just look a little better, because it is such a really cool pattern and color. It looks really sweet, but just, it really looks like a gunked up toy. Next up, we've got the decorated metal door from Johnny Oldboy. And again, I'm going to have to say, just like the AZTEC door, this is a really sweet pattern. It looks really cool. I don't see how it fits into Rust. It just doesn't look like something that fits into Rust. It's got this kind of like Victorian look to it. Looks like it belongs on some fancy old like Spanish style house. And it's just, that's not something we have in the game. That's just not a look. So it's really odd to me. Not entirely sure, but I mean, this door is really cool looking. So if you love the pattern, I definitely recommend picking it up, because doors always get expensive. Also, I noticed there seems to be like a little SOS scribbled into it there, which that's pretty cool. Next, from Vase, we've got the new Salvage Ice Pick skin, and it is the Raven. And it basically carved out to kind of look like a feather pattern on it. And then it's got blood around where the eye would be, and then the beak, and then it's got a bunch of kind of like bloody paint, red paint on the handle there. But again, I feel like this one is a little bit something that looks like it's a little over painted. And I get that that's the idea, someone crudely painted it with the wrong kind of paint and so forth. But I don't know, the skin itself just looks a little weird to me. I can't really nail it exactly, but I love the crow head part of it. That came out really well. I think it's maybe just the over painting of the red or something. I don't know. But that pretty much does it for this week, guys. Again, I'm sorry this is out so late. I just am not well. But thanks for your support, and I hope this video still helped you make your decisions on what skins you want to get this week. We'll be back next week, or, well, I should say later this week, for the new skins, hopefully on time, as I hope I will be better by then, because 3 weeks of being sick is just ridiculous. So anyways, guys, thank you for your support. Don't forget to leave me a like and click that bell notification to make sure you don't miss the next one if you haven't already, and we will see you next week.